mum is struggling with how to help me. Any advice?
Ask for your honesty. If she can ask you what she can do to help you, check in with you on a regular basis. Certainly seek professional help. As I said before, be able to separate you from the illness and just be really, really tough and love.
How did my eating disorder impact the family?
Well, we had to stop everything that we were doing. So I just finished a job. I was fortunate to be able to concentrate on you. But as far as extracurricular activities, I didn't really spend an awful lot of time with my friends. We didn't go on holiday, obviously, because there were other things. We no longer entertained our friends, which we used to do a lot, because you didn't like to eat in front of people, but we've got our groove back.
Glory of hindsight. What could have been done to ease the progression of anxiety spiraling in your kid at 10 years?
I don't know what we could have done differently, quite honestly.
You did what you could.
We did.
You tried everything.
We did what we could. I mean, we tried our best. I don't know that we could have done anything more. I mean, you were such a happy young child, and you were happy when you weren't worried.
Mum was just looking through photos and she's like, in all these photos you have the biggest smile on your face.
Just a really happy young person, and even around about the time that you started getting really paranoid and anxious about going out, and when you were in a safe environment, you were lots of fun.
Knowing and raising teenage Jen, did you think she'd be where she is right now?
Well, I mean, we were hopeful. It didn't occur to me that you might end up making a vocation of supporting other people with eating disorders. I don't think we looked very far ahead. I think we learned to just to live very much day to day, and thinking too far ahead was actually quite scary. All we wanted for you was to get better and to be happy and to find success in whatever you wished to find success in.
How did she get away with not eating for so long?
Oh, it's really hard to remember, actually. You cannot. Genevieve's 6 foot tall. So
my mouth is very far away from my mum.
Yeah. So apart from the fact that you're tall, you cannot physically make somebody eat.
Swallow. I think also eating disorders are so manipulative and secretive. I do so many things to make it seem like I had eaten or I was eating, and I'd tell lies, and I almost tricked you to believe that I was doing better than I was. And again, you couldn't force food down my mouth.
No. And obviously, when you were at school, you weren't eating, but you were still taking something to eat. It is really manipulative.
How did you juggle having a kid in hospital and a kid not?
I had just finished a job when Genevieve was admitted to hospital, so I was in the position where I chose not to go out and find another one. Juliet was at school. I'd meet her after school. I'd be home when she came home from school, leave you at the hospital. Justin would go up to the hospital at night. I mean, there was a bit of juggling. We had some friends who Juliet spent a lot of time with.
Was it difficult to accept that I needed more help than you could give me?
I think when you realise that the problem is bigger than you hoped, there's a feeling of, we've really got a major problem here. But I just felt a great relief, and I would encourage people, if they have a child or a loved one who's struggling, to get the professional help, because then it just takes the pressure off. You've actually shared your load. Then you can actually start having a plan rather than just walking around in the dark hoping that you're doing the right thing.
Someone said, thank you for putting quotes on Jen's bed and supporting her. She's a real credit to you.
Oh, well, I really believe in affirmations. I know some people poo-poo them and think that they're not helpful. I think affirmations, I know myself, I find them incredibly helpful. Sometimes it was easier to pop something on your pillow than it was to actually speak to you at night, because you maybe weren't in the mood, or there'd been too much talking done that day.
Was there any indicators in Jen's childhood that she'd developed anxiety and or anorexia?
Not when she was young, no. She was a happy thing, never stopped talking, always the life of what was going on, always joking around, dancing, always wanted to be on screen in some form.
I'm a star. I'm a star. I'm a star. I'm a star.
But again, when she was, sort of 10, 11, 12-ish, that she started, the anxiety of, the go to bed thing became a problem.
What advice would you give to parents in the situation you once were?
Okay, this is going to sound really corny. Loads of love, loads of hope, be really tough, check in with your loved one on a regular basis, talk about the future and about happy things that, that could possibly be in their future. Keep loving. Try and see your loved one and the illness as quite separate and believe in them.
What do you think about the work I do now?
Oh, I think it's great. I mean, half of it I don't even, or probably most of it I don't even see. We're very proud of what you do. I think you're quite amazing. But she's really untidy.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and thank you to my amazing mum who wasn't super stoked about doing this video but did because she's amazing, for coming and chatting. I know it's probably difficult bringing up some of that stuff and
that's all right. That's all right.
And reliving it.
I would have preferred a podcast.
Yeah, she would have, but she's doing a few of those. She's quite the podcaster. But mum's amazing. She often shares my journey and her experience as a parent with other parents and carers that are going through the same thing, and was my biggest support, my biggest rock when I was unwell. So thank you for being by my side forever and always, and loving me through it all, and just never giving up on me. I'll see you next time in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Bye.